watching Hardball. What started out 13 years ago as a gathering of a small group of international sailors who dreamt of an extreme sailing event in the country has become a major sporting event. The 13th Hobie Challenge is one of the biggest annual inter-island sailing events, and this year the participants include defending champion Australia as well as sailors from New Zealand, Fiji, the US, Spain, and of course the Philippines. The 13th Philippine Hobie Challenge will be held on February 23 up to March 1. And joining us today to talk more about this, our race organizer, Moncho Garcia, is also participating, and his daughter Bianca, who will also be participating in the event. Good evening. Okay, so Moncho, talk us through the challenges that went into putting this together.
Well, logistically, it's a big challenge. It's something that we do every year, and it's run by volunteers. It's a sailing event run by sailors. We have participants from all over the world that fly in. We have to organize the boats for them, and the circuit or the route is changed every year. So before the event, we actually have to reconnoiter, go to these different islands, scout them, find places to stay, find places to find food, to buy food rather, and water. So it's a big logistical challenge.
Okay, but for all of those that are not familiar with how a challenge runs, in the span of 5 days that you have,
It's actually a total of about 9 days.
Okay, 9 days. How do you win? What goes into it for you to win?
Okay, the Philippine Hobie Challenge is actually a 250 nautical mile race. It's like a long marathon for sailboat. And we break it up into 5 challenge legs of 50 nautical miles each, more or less. And we sandwich that with an inshore race at the beginning and an inshore race to get everybody tuned up in the beginning and at the end. So basically we sail island to island as much as possible. We mix that up between beautiful resorts and deserted islands all over the Philippines.
So it's time based, cumulative time. After which it's added up, and whoever ranks first.
And are there categories to this, like novices, or is it just one big?
There are 2 categories.
Okay.
Normally we have
Fast
open,
and slow.
open, and we have a master's class.
Okay. We assume.
Masters is age-based.
Oh, is it?
And yes, I am.
Okay.
45.
Okay.
How did you get into it? Obviously the influence, but why this one? Why this sport?
I got into it because of my dad,
Yeah.
obviously. So he just convinced us he'd take us out sailing for fun since my whole family since we were small.
So you had to sail back. Was that it? You couldn't get home if you didn't sail, right?
Yeah. And competitively, maybe we just started about 3 years ago.
What do you enjoy about it?
It's so much fun. You get to meet new people, and the places we go to are just beautiful.
Tell me about your whale shark experience.
Oh, one time in Coron, the wind died, and we were waiting to get towed back
Okay, so you're in the middle of nowhere,
in
right?
the middle of like Palawan. And like, we're waiting to get towed back. I'm paddling, and my dad just taps me, and he's like, "Look," and we just see this fin.
Oh wow.
And I stand up, and I see it's huge, and then like 10 feet from the boat, we see a whale shark over there.
Like a life
Yeah,
of
yeah.
high experience.
Partly scared, partly amazed with the whole experience. Are you the youngest competitor? Or is there anybody younger?
There has been a 13-year-old boy.
Wow.
But
The last 3 years, I've been the youngest.
Okay. But there's no like age requirement for this one?
no age.
Not at all.
We have a 66-year-old veteran.
So for you.
Grandmaster from Australia.
A grandmaster. Not just a master, but a grandmaster.
Okay, tell us about, in underwater sports, there's such a thing as one design, mentality now.
Yeah.
It's already been adopted as far as your sport is concerned. You race with the
One
same
type,
equipment,
yeah.
one type of equipment. How advantageous is that for competition in the realm of competing against others?
Well, it basically sets aside all the other factors that might affect the race, except skill.
It evens it out.
It evens out everything out there. Even playing field, you're racing on Hobie 16 boat. You're allowed to tweak it, to fine tune the sail rate rather, but not more than that. You're not allowed.
There's according to regulations, I would assume.
So how about in terms of the Philippines? How do we
Yeah.
stack up against the other countries coming up?
Well, in terms of competition, we have a couple of years ago, Bianca and I placed third in one leg, but and we had one Philippine team place third overall. And that's as far as we've done. It's very, very competitive. We have, the race is such a unique race. It's hard to express really how unique this is worldwide in terms of sailing. That we attract the best sailors around the world.
And that's all they do. You guys have day jobs.
A lot of these guys are professionals, so it's very, very difficult to win this race. But the beauty of the Philippines really brings these guys in.
Let's talk about the beauty of the Philippines. You were talking a while ago, and you were saying that aside from the climate of competition as well as having fun after, there's a bigger thing that happens after you start racing. You get to involve yourself with a lot of communities in the race routes.
Absolutely. A few years ago, while doing the reconnoitering and scouting for this, some of our team ended up overnight in one barrio, and that barrio didn't have any lights. And they came to thinking. They said, we go to all these beautiful places, and we don't do anything. We leave. We don't leave anything. So that's when our outreach started, and we decided to try to do something beneficial for these communities that we pass. So we have an educational outreach, we have a medical outreach, and most recently we actually tied up with a solar lantern foundation.
Wow.
Last year it was Sail for Light, and this year it's called Reef. And we bring solar lanterns to different fishing villages.
I got a quick question, Bianca. Have you competed in any other country other than here? No, not yet. Or do you plan to?
We might.
She's looking.
Okay, sorry. Let me write that down for the dad. Just check the right box.
You spelled that 8.
The reason why I asked Mont is this: we've already established, obviously, site-wise, and we've got a beautiful country. Course-wise, how do we compare with other races?
Actually, we're way up there.
Do we?
Absolutely. I've raced
Then don't compete internationally anymore.
There's no
Stay here.
Just make it harder for them.
It's still incentive because it's so beautiful here. We have 7,000. I like to tell friends, sailing is the next dive. You get that. So we've raced in Thailand, we've raced in Hong Kong, there's beautiful races in Australia. Maybe Australia can compare, but it's hard to compare.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Great.
That's fantastic. That's great.
All right, and for our last shot tonight, since it is Valentine's Day tomorrow, if you're watching us live.
Really?
Oh, look at that.
About love. Love is grand, divorce is 100 grand.
For some, it's even more.
That's Boyan's policy.
No.
And so it is.
Thank you. Thank you again to Bugs. Thank you, Bianca, for coming.
Have a
over.
safe trip.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you to the guys at 90 Philippines for hooking me up for the trip. Also, the police and the memo and D-Square. Thank you. I'll miss you. I'll see you after the All-Star. You'll hear from me.
Of course,
Here on
come and
ANC.
talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, with AJ Manotok's hand in the back.
Among many other things.
Oh boy. Let's not go there.
Okay, special thanks to Vision Express and Quebec for my eyewear, Daniel Hector for the shirts and